Hi, my name is Cindy Rang with the Fabric Patch, and today we are going to make a super quick shopping bag. My daughter and I have owned and operated a busy quilt shop in Washington State for over 20 years. We have a retreat center, an active YouTube channel, and a large pattern line featuring our creations. My two sons work on machines. One daughter-in-law is our videographer, and the other is a long-arm quilter. We are a family that love each other, we laugh together, and every once in a while we get some work done. We have a crew that are saints for their efforts at keeping us on track. Thanks for joining us on our wild ride. So we are just revisiting a really popular pattern. I think originally did this for Earth Day back in April, but we thought we would just refreshen the video just a little bit and add a couple of tips to that. So what we're going to make is just this great little bag, and all you need is a half a yard of fabric, and then you need just about 7 inches of elastic. Some people will say that you can use a hair tie, but I personally find that a hair tie is too small, and so I like 7 inches of just a thin elastic and a button. And then what happens is you can roll this up, put it in your purse, and you have this great little shopping bag. I know that there's way bigger bags when you go into the grocery store, but I find that the bigger the bag, the more stuff is put in there, and then it's difficult for me to get them to the car. I also find that I forget to get them out of the car to take them in the grocery store. So what's nice about this is you can just roll it up when you're done. The other thing that's nice about it is that you can make a gift bag, a reusable gift bag, and these are so fast, you'll just be super amazed. You will need, in addition to the piece of elastic, the half yard, and the button, you'll need either a pair of scissors, or you'll see I'm just going to use a rotary cutter just because that's what I want to do. And you'll also need this template. This template is reusable, and there is a link and a downloadable pattern down below that will give you this. And so all you're going to do, I'm going to show you up close how to cut your fabric. So this is my half a yard of fabric, and so you can see that here's my selvage edge down here at the bottom, and here's my fold, and this is probably how you'll get it. So we're going to leave it like this, and we're going to fold it one more time to bring these sides together, and you can see that I've got my fold still at the top, and I've got my fold along the side here. And if you look at your template, you'll see that that's what that says. It says fold is right here, and fold is right here. So all I'm going to do, and once you've cut this out once, what will happen is you don't have to worry about that anymore, but for the first time, I'm just going to cut right through the paper. And again, you could go ahead and pin it, use weights, use scissors, whatever you'd like to do. I'm just going to cut it with my rotary cutter. So this paper is garbage. You won't ever use this again. This, it could be maybe a pocket if you feel like you want to put an inside pocket or an outside pocket, so that's probably fine. But I'm not going to use these today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my template so I can have that for another time. And I'm going to open this up. And if I open this up, you can see that it absolutely looks like a bag, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to unfold it, and I'm going to put it together, right sides together. And I suppose if you folded it that way and cut it that way, in the beginning you'd be all right. And then now all I'm going to do is I'm going to sew down this side and sew down that side. I have another one that I've already done that to, and it looks like this. I decided to go ahead and serge it, but you can certainly just use your sewing machine. I don't know why. I think I just had the serger out. So I've sewn down both sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an inverted box bottom on both sides. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this in, and if you look on my mat, so it's just easier to do on the mat because I can kind of watch my little measurement. So I'm just going to open this up, and I'm going to bring this in an inch. So see that? So I'm in an inch, and then it would come back on itself, just like that. And I'm just going to put a little pin there. And then I'm going to go over to the other side. I'm going to do the exact same thing. So here I am. I'm going to come in. Oops. I'm going to come in 1 inch. So see that? And then I'm going to come back on itself and put a little pin in it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sew across this bottom. You'll see that I have this selvage here. I'm going to cut that selvage off, or just sew so that it's in my seam allowance. And it looks like this. So again, you can see where this has folded in. I did trim off that selvage and went ahead and sewed that whole seam. Then the next thing you have to do is decide how you want to finish the top. For this one, all I did is I just did a little rolled hem and I just top stitch it. That's certainly nice and easy. The other thing that you can do, like with this one, is if you have a serger or a way to do a cast off stitch, that's all I did with this, is I just went around with my serger and I just did a nice little serged edge. So you can finish it any way you'd like. And then when you turn it right side out, this is that bottom. That's kind of nice. And so you have this little reverse box bottom. Then the last thing you have to do is you just have to put on your button. And all we did is we just went ahead and took our elastic and we looped it. And on the same side, we put our button on and we stitched that down. The reason it should be on the same side is because then when you go to fold it, all you have to do is fold this over, fold this back, bring this down, and then as you roll everything up, you can bring this around and hook it, and then you can just plop it in your purse and you're good to go. And that's it. So super simple to make. One other thing I'm just going to mention is that the bag comes out just about a perfect size, but if you feel like you want to make it bigger, you could either use a 54-inch length of fabric to make it a lot longer. You can do it a little bit wider if you'd like. The other thing that it's really good for is reusable Christmas bags, so that if you don't want to do all of the wrapping thing, you can just choose a different fabric for everybody and put everything in reusable bags for every year. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.